everyone, welcome to the program. This is Vivica Williams and you're watching Head to Head. As Ukraine moves forward, innovation and creativity are taking front and center. But what about those who have ideas, but not necessarily the tools to implement them? Where do they go? This is where our guest, Oleksandr Manukians, comes in. He's a manager at Fab Lab Fabricates, a workshop where people can design, 3D print, sew, and create their own ideas. Oleksandr, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for joining me.
So tell us about this lab.
Yeah,
how did it get started? How did it get organized?
Fab Lab Fabricator, it's a classic example of Fab Labs. Fab Lab, it's innovation laboratory for product designers or for architects, for everyone who want to build something physical. So it's a digital fabrication lab and a lab for prototyping. And maybe it's not easy to understand, but if you use this word, Fab Lab, Fab, it's a factory,
right.
A place where you can build your full cycle of production. And lab, it's a place for experiments, for tries and mistakes.
And how long has this been here in Ukraine?
Fab Lab Fabricator, it's really young lab, only 1 year, and we start 6th of October with incubation program. We make some 2 months course. We involve 40 high school students, and they built 14 unique projects with using all these Fab Lab equipment.
So the first project you put together was bringing the group of high schoolers who built different projects there. And what came from this? Did you use this to just jumpstart the Fab Lab?
It was only, it was more a social project to make all this equipment closer to our local audience, to our students, that they never have all this stuff in the universities or in the schools.
How long have you been involved in this Fab Lab? And are you yourself an inventor?
Yeah, I worked in the Fab Lab more than 4 years before I worked in the other lab. And I work in the other labs in the world and see how all this stuff works.
And so you
in the
brought
other
these
cities.
Ideas back to here in Kyiv.
Yeah. I always try to use some ideas of other labs. But when you come to the other lab, wherever you are in the world, in the Barcelona, in London, or in the other place, you feel like you are in the same place, because the Fab Labs are built in the same structure, because it's the same philosophy. And if you been in Fab Lab once, you come to the other lab and you can continue to work with your project in the other lab.
Oh wow! So this allows people to be able to go to
and it's actually it's a community, it's a network. So everything that you build in the Barcelona, you can repeat in the Kyiv.
Oh, wonderful! And so, who are the people who use the Fab Lab?
Our customers, it's more. It's education, and scientists. It's teachers, it's students, professors, it's businesses, it's startups.
Right, so they're able to rent space, or just sort of like, I guess there are a lot of co-working places. So Fab Lab seems like it's kind of a co-working opportunity, either to build your own thing or work with someone.
Kind of it, but we have a membership system. So we have different membership. We have a pro membership that include all our tools, or we have basic only for start. And and when we have, sometimes we have residents or volunteers who help us.
Is this the first of its kind here in Ukraine?
It's not the first, but it's the biggest one, and the more completed labs in Ukraine and in Kyiv.
And let's talk about some of your projects, because looking through some of the videos and pictures that I've seen, you guys are doing or helping people work on some really fantastic ideas.
Yeah, we have a lot of project in the different industries. Some of them it's medicine, jewelry, fashion, sometimes it's product design, furniture, and one of the interesting last project in the fashion, it was.
So you guys worked in the fashion one.
Yeah.
I think I know we have some video on this. The fashion, some of your work ended up in Fashion Week, right?
Yeah, yeah, we was the part of this event, and we tried to show the audience and to designers and young Ukrainian designers how they can use all this modern technology in the fashion, and we use more open source design, and we print some dress. Yeah, and also Ukrainian artist Onuka, we cut some details of her dress
wow.
using laser cutter.
Oh wow!
And you can see it in some advertisement.
Oh wow! And so this was one project that you guys worked on, and now there's another one that helps with citizen activity. What's this one?
It helps to understand, to measure the noise, smoke, and air pollution and traffic situation in the real, in one place, in
like
the Yaroslavl Val.
What's it called?
Yaroslavl Val. It's a street in Kiev.
No, I mean, what's the name of the app or the project?
It's a collaboration of Agentizmin, the device called Smart Citizen. It's an open source project, and we rebuilt it and use it in a real place, and we have all this information in the real time. And these guys, Agentizmin, analyze all this information and after make some changes.
And so it's just right now, it's for one street here in Kiev, Yaroslavl Val, which is quite a busy street, a lot of embassies located. And so with this app, they are monitoring how the traffic works, flows.
For now, it's only one sensor, but maybe in the future it will be like a system of sensors, full Kiev, and we can understand full situation in the city.
So who would this information be useful to? What type of app?
This is really useful for urban architects. They understand how actually city works and how help city to works better.
And is this something that the Kyiv government has expressed an interest in, or have they seen this project? Or
I think they work with Agentizmin.
Oh, wonderful! So we'll hopefully be able to see some logical and practical, more urban design that's based on actual flow of traffic and showing the places that need to be fixed up. And I know there's another project that has to do with robots.
Yeah. Many people think that the Fab Labs it's everything about robots, and last 2 months we worked with a big project in collaboration with Film UA, FABLAB, and us, Fab Lab Fabricator. We try to build the real show of Robo Wars, non-contact, only tactical fights of robots. And it was like a cyber competition. It's for popularization, robotics and technology in Ukraine. For now, we make, in our lab, we made the preparation. We built our prototype of robots, and in the 21 of November, it will be a first presentation in innovative market, and you can see some samples of these robots in the movement.
So where will this be? Where could people see this?
Yeah, it will be in the 21 of November in the International Exhibition Center in the left bank of the
this is where they had Eurovision. Similar. Oh, great! So this is going to be an exhibition where people can see robots in action, see what's being made and done here in Ukraine by not just FABLABs, but also by television and film production companies here in Ukraine. Sounds like it's going to be a great exhibition.
Yeah, it will be a big show in the future.
And what's next for Fab Labs? And what can people, how could other people get involved or use activities that, and the facilities that you have there?
I think that next steps, it's to build the real network of Fab Labs in Ukraine, because right now it's like a lot of small workshops. Sometimes they are don't know about each other, and we want to build more labs in the biggest cities in Ukraine. Maybe we can teach new lab managers, and we also want to be in the international network too.
Oh.
And we always try to be sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. So, so the next steps for Fab Lab is trying to get out into the international world, and being more connected here. Right? So this sounds like you guys are on a good stage at this moment, and we're hoping to see that this gives more we're all messing here. Hoping to see that this gives innovators and inventors an opportunity to be seen on the international market and to be able to build their own creations.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being with us today, Oleksandr.
Thank you.
Today we were speaking with Oleksandr, who is a manager at Fab Labs here in Kyiv. Thank you for watching.